Hello friends, how are we all doing today? I'm missing one light in here. Good morning, good afternoon. Hope you guys are all good. Scooter Beach, hi Galaxy. Michelangelo's in here. Hi Rook, good to see you, as well as Carrot Potato. Everyone have a good rest of their day yesterday? We didn't really get up to anything too much. Morning, White Dove. And we got some more cookbook cookery today. It's gonna be a good one. Michelangelo's hungry. Yeah, that's a bad thing before the stream even starts. You only have some cereals left. Ordered tons of snacks last time, but they won't last long. Yeah, RIP health. That's funny. Working on my coffee. Cheers, guys. Okay, so I think this is gonna be the easiest stream of the week for sure. So we had some pretty long streams these last couple days here, some more in-depth dishes. Yesterday was absolutely delicious, those Dan Dan noodles. So good. So if you're someone that likes like spicy stuff and peanuts and noodles and pork, definitely try that dish. And then today, so Ottolenghi simple. I mean, if the word simple is on the front of the cookbook, that should make us good, like feel good. Shouldn't take us too long to make this today. So we have 2 recipes from this book. I was able to find one of them online, like something very, very similar to it is a food blogger cooked the recipe from the book. So she typed it up, which I don't 100% agree with. I feel like there's a reason that it's in the book and you have to pay for it. I will never, for you guys, like type up a recipe out of a book and like put it in PDF. I don't think that's fair because they took a lot of time to make the book, and yeah, that's it. So we all gotta support each other like that. So we have some chicken today. We have a green bean and edamame salad. So 2-bean, 2-lime salad. So fun to say. And then I thought just some sesame sticky rice to go along with that. So yeah, another kind of Asian dish today. So let's check this out. I have the one recipe marked here, and we'll have to do the second one. Anyone else made miso chicken before? I don't know if I've done chicken, but I know that miso is really good on salmon too. Good morning, Nike. How are you? Okay. I mean, this is the one part that I do for you guys is when I put the recipe like this. If you can screenshot it or type it out fast enough, then by all means you can steal it that way. I have not made the garlic sauce yet, and I don't know if anyone else has. Okay, so chicken with miso, ginger, and lime. So there's lime in the salad, there's lime in the chicken as well. Just gonna turn this around. Actually, I should be able to read it upside down. So we need some chicken legs today. So we got a really nice pack. I think it's 4 chicken legs we got for under $10. So we thought that was a pretty good deal. And then, so some vegetable oil, some cooking wine. So whether it's mirin or like any other kind of Asian style cooking wine, I have Shaoxing wine, so that's what I'll use. Maple syrup, soy sauce, miso, our ginger, garlic, cilantro, some more red chilies, and then some green onions. So this is good. I mean, this one page is the recipe compared to yesterday's entire stream was 2 pages and it took us like 6 hours. Oh, Nike, you're so close. So close. I'm so excited. I've really been liking doing these channel point redemptions for you guys. I think that was a really good thing that I added. Okay, so that's the chicken. What does it say? This dish is lovely, either warm from the oven, served with sticky or basmati rice, or at room temperature. If you want to get ahead and are cooking it the day before, keep it in the fridge overnight and take it out a half an hour before serving. You don't want it like fridge cold, it says. So the chicken's gonna roast at 425 Fahrenheit. We first mix it with some oil and salt. So we get like a little bit of seasoning on there, and then it looks like we sear them up. And then we make our little marinade mixture or roasting mixture, and then we just pour that over the chicken and roast it in that. Sounds so good. So we need like a high-sided baking dish, so we'll use our 13x9 Pyrex. Good morning, Cookie. How are you? Psycho Boss, welcome in. Okay, and then I'm gonna say typically this chicken, because it's chicken legs, should not take more than half an hour in the oven. So full amount of time for the chicken, probably about 45 minutes to 1 hour by the time we sear it, make our sauce, and then get it into the oven roasting. Sounds perfect. Okay, let me search for this 2-bean, 2-lime salad. Getting close. Whole roasted cauliflower, yum. Yeah, this book is really beautiful. Okay, so here's our salad. There's no picture, obviously, of the chicken, But that's how our salad's gonna kind of look. Might be better in this camera. So we have green beans and edamame beans. So lots of good, crunchy, fresh textures there. Hi, Type Wonderful. I am doing great. Yeah, I had a great sleep. The sun is shining today. It's so beautiful outside. And yeah, just working on some coffee. Bought my turnips this morning on Animal Crossing. Really happy about that. 91 bells a piece. Yeah, you only have 40 minutes left. I bought 150 turnips. We're turning it up. Now let's hope we can make our money back. Okay, so 2-bean, 2-lime salad. It suggests using kaffir lime leaves if you can get your hands on those. Once again, this quarantine cuisine sort of deal is we're gonna go easy on ourselves and not stress if we can't find all of the ingredients for our recipes. So I have some dried kaffir lime leaf that I will try and get into this dish somehow. It doesn't like to use the dry stuff because they say you can't really break it down enough, but I think I can get there. So kaffir lime leaf, and then 2 full limes, nice and fresh. Once again, cilantro, and then this gets mint, as well as garlic if you want some green chili. So I have extra jalapeno I thought would be super nice in there. So a little bit of spice, and then our green beans, our edamames, and then just some black sesame seeds. Super simple. And then if you guys can see, like every recipe has a different little symbol up top. So I'll go over that with you once we're finished going over our recipes, which is basically right now anyways, because I think out of like all the cookbooks that have come out recently, this is such a good one. If you're like just kind of starting out cooking, it goes through a lot of different cuisines. Is the chef, his last name is Otto Lange. He's from the UK. So yeah, there's like East Indian stuff, there's Mediterranean, you can see a lot of influence there. There's Asian. You haven't caved to Animal Crossing yet? Hearing people talk about it is just the funniest thing ever without any context. Okay, so I'm not even someone that like games, but I've been really enjoying playing it. It's just like, it's something nice to just like pick up. It's nothing that you really have to commit to. But if you're like, oh, I have like a 15 minutes to do something, I'll just play a little AC. Hoju, how are you? Yeah, type wonderful. So you did. Love it. Berry. Okay. Oh, there we go. So here it is. There's all the symbols. So ours is S, I, and M. So that means it's short on time. There's 10 or fewer ingredients, and you also have the option of making it ahead. So he goes through all of those letters. Okay, so we have the options in this book. He kind of goes through everything, which I also thought was really awesome. So he does like a really good intro at the start, and then we start with our brunch foods, and then we go into the raw veg. We're making the recipe from the cooked veg today. And yeah, you really just get a little bit of everything with this one. And then he goes through what he really means by all of his letters. And then he explains all of his typical ingredients that he would use in the recipes. Yeah, out of all of the cookbooks, these ones are some of my favorite. I think I have 3 others from him. Oh, and we were supposed to mark our page. No! There you go. You know, it's really easy to grow bay leaves in a container. I wonder how easy it is to grow kaffir and curry leaves. You know what? Bay trees are actually grow like weeds though. That's the thing. Okay, we're gonna start with, I think, the chicken. So what I wanna do is I kinda wanna get a little bit of marination time on it before we put it in the oven, because I think that's gonna make it more tasty. And then while the chicken's marinating, maybe we can do our salad up and then we just have the rice and to cook the chicken. Animal Crossing is a wonderful and simple distraction from the world. Yeah, right now, totally, totally. Did you buy your turnips this morning, Hoju? Chicken, chicken. That's what I said, type wonderful. And I think it's already happened, the addiction process. But that's what I mean, where it's not something you really have to commit to. It's kind of cool that it's a game that will really never end. And it always is like progressing and changing. I think that's cool. That's what I enjoy about it, at least. Okay, so we're just gonna take those out of the package, dry them off a bit, and then rub them down with the salt and the oil. Maybe I'll do that on a sheet pan. Pop. Guys, still no word from the butcher shop. Like radio silence since Tuesday. That's scary. This is a big chicken leg. Holy. I think this was a really good deal for under $10. All of that. Yeah, stop sounding convincing. She's gonna crumble. I'm gonna kind of clean that off though. We don't need the giblets where we're going with this. You did buy your allotment of turnips. Trying to reorganize the island, make it look presentable. Yeah, we should come visit your island, Hoju. Actually takes so much time though. Like that's such a big part of the game, is like organizing your island and like building it up. So fun. Okay, I'm just gonna trim a couple parts off these chicken legs. You're really happy you found a local farm that delivers beef and pork, anything from small products to an entire animal. Oh my gosh, that's really awesome. I wish. Okay, so I'm just gonna trim off this larger kind of piece of fat here, the flap. It's not really gonna render out, but we can render it in the pan for like some extra flavor. Just it will stay soggy, so I don't see a point to leaving it on there. And then, I mean, I also don't love having the backbone on here. So I might clean that off as well. I mean, typically when you buy a chicken leg, the back's not on it. There we go. So I guess I'll save the chicken. Oh, actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do with the chicken back. Zach said he wants to go crabbing or drop a couple traps this week, so he asked us if we had any chicken scraps. Chicken backs are like money for trying to catch crabs, so we'll let him know to come and get it, and then hopefully we can get a couple crabs again. Yeah, tell him to come bring the stuff, pick up his noodles, and get the chicken backs. Actually, I'll just put it in a Ziploc bag. And it's really funny, you can actually go to a grocery store here and they'll just have like the chicken backs packaged up. Because so many people use it for crabbing. Turnips are so good. Yeah, that's another one that I'm going to try and grow in the real life garden this year. So once we make that little slit there, it's like the hip bone, and we can open up by the knuckle there. It's even a little weird for me to be cutting the chicken up like this, but I think it's a smarter thing for us to do because this is not presentable really at all. So yeah, either use it for fish bait or use it for stock, because that's how they get you. So that's why I was like, wow, that's like a massive chicken leg, so much stuff on there, but really we're chopping off like a quarter of it. I'm bringing chicken back. Oh, JT. Growing any hot peppers? Yes. No, I didn't say. I'm still waiting to try and find the starts for them. So been waiting for, well, this is the 3rd week now. I've been talking to the farm back and forth. They only had the jalapeno starts this week when we went. So I said I'd wait another week and come back again next week to see what they have. So for sure, Nike. I definitely want to get a hot sauce on the go again. Really make good use of that. There we go. So just cut in between the knuckle there. And there we are. Now we're all trimmed up and ready to oil and salt. Looks so much better too. That looks more normal. And this we'll just throw in the bag for the crabbers as well. I'm just gonna wash my hands. Wash my hands, rinse my knife. Not normal, yeah, just more uniform. Oh, that's true, Hoju. Yeah, I just cut out all of the oysters. No! Are those sugar skulls on my booty? They are. Yeah, I really like sugar skulls. I have a little collection. All right, Just some grapeseed. Actually, I'm just gonna do salt first, and then we'll oil in the pan when we go to sear these up. So just give them a nice little salty massage now. They can start to get seasoned. And we'll do both sides. Anything with the bone, I typically season all over, just to make sure it will penetrate through. I'm not baking the chicken on this pan, Rocket. We're just prepping it because I don't want to get my wooden cutting board dirty with the raw chicken. So I'm just prepping it on this pan, and then it gets baked with our marinade in a Pyrex pan. Aw, thanks, Type Wonderful. Beef and radish soup? Interesting. So our next step will be to mix up our marinade. And then we'll take a look at our salad recipe, because I think that'll take a little bit of time to make. So now we can just flip those back over and we'll just set it aside, because these are gonna be going in the oven probably in the next 40-ish minutes, and it'll cook a lot more even if it is not like ice cold from the fridge. So that's a good trick, is you'll always get a better result when cooking meat if you let it warm up a bit before you start to cook it. You have lots of turnips growing right now. They grow so fast. Oh, you can grow them. So, oh, radish. I know, radishes are like some of the quickest for germination time. Mine are just popping up too. I did like 3 rows. These are chicken legs. So originally they had the back still attached on them, Scooter Beach. So I just took the back off. Well, we're lucky that Zach wants to drop a crab trap this week. So we gave the chicken backs to them because the crabs really love chicken backs for bait. So yeah, we trimmed that off, and then all we did so far was salt it. So we have the chicken thigh here and then the little drumstick. So they are attached. But by all means, you can detach them, but it's just gonna cook quicker that way. Welcome in, Cash Money. Oh yeah, radish pickles are so good. Yeah, are you sure it's Chimkin Titan? It is. Okay. They're really similar to radish. Yeah, if you enjoy radish, you'll like turnip. We usually catch Dungeness crabs, Hoju. Typically it's Dungeness, but if you go in some different areas, you can get like rock crab and different things like that too. Yeah, oops, never mind. I know, we still do want to go out with you guys in the summer for sure. We'll take you guys to the dock and we'll do a crabbing IRL stream. Sit there for a couple hours, see what we catch. Okay, so we need to mix together our Asian cooking wine or rice wine, maple syrup, soy sauce, miso, ginger, garlic, lime and lime juice. And then that's what gets poured into the chicken, into the pan when we go to roast it. So I'll get that pan out. We're gonna do the 13x9 Pyrex. It calls for a high-sided baking dish. Okay, so garlic, ginger, lime. We'll need all of those ingredients for both recipes, I think. You just finished up some pork roast. Yum. What did you serve with it? Got the maple syrup. Rice wine. Had to get a different soy sauce than Kikkoman. Has anyone ever used this one? Actually, I think I am not correct right now. Yes, that's the brand of soy sauce that we typically get with our Togo sushi. Yeah, I should just open up all those packets and start using them. Cabbage casserole? Oh no, it's always so terrifying, Trevor, running out of maple syrup. It's like how to stress out a Canadian that. Okay. Mirin, maple syrup, soy sauce. Oh, we need our miso, garlic, lime. The cilantro, chili, and green onion is all for the garnish. He calls for white miso, but I like this one. The Aka miso. This is like the one brand we can really get here, Amano. So this one is rice and soybean, but they do make other varieties if you can't have soy. Like they do a barley one, I think, as well. And what miso is, guys, so it's rice and soybeans that have been fermented with salt. So it's mixed with salt and then literally let to like basically go bad and moldy in a way. And then it goes mushy, and that's what we get. And it's super, super tasty. Obviously it is salty. And it's one of my favorite Asian ingredients, for sure. It's also able to be used in like baking. Some people make a miso caramel for like that extra little roasty toasty flavor. Okay, let's get a little bowl. You got a question. How long can you keep miso paste in the fridge? Couldn't find any small amount. You had to get a gigantic bag. So I've never had miso go bad on me. So I actually don't know the max amount of time, but let's think about this. So this is something that is preserved. Let's call it that. Anytime you ferment, it's preserved. So it's gonna last a lot longer than anything that's fresh, especially if we refrigerate it. So I would say, I mean, I had this already for minimum 3 months, I'm gonna say. Yeah, there's no Best Buy. And then it always comes with this little plastic on top, and then I just put it back on there before I put it back in the fridge every time, just to reduce the amount of air that's getting to it, to like preserve the flavor. Because I think that's what we should worry about, is it just drying out too much over time. Yeah, it lasts for a good long while, for sure. Okay, let's start with all our sauces and then we'll get into the veggies, chopping them up. So we need 2.5 tablespoons of our rice wine and the maple syrup and the soy sauce. You can make soy sauce in about 14 months if you're one of those project people. Yeah, I don't know if I could wait that long. Have I ever had cream of mushroom soup? Yeah. Pretty sure that's like any North American kid's staple. The North American kid has not had Campbell's soup, I would be worried. Okay, so this is our cooking wine that I'm using. So Mirin cooking wine. Don't worry guys, we're not gonna get drunk off of it. It's like 0.4%. So don't get your hopes up. That's 2.5. Oh, I have a little bit more in my Kikkoman bottle, I remembered. Get that big guy out of the fridge. Cream of mushroom soup, yeah, the casserole maker. It is though. Like wild rice, broccoli, cheddar casserole with mushroom soup. I remember that one. Uki, thanks for the host. Making those kinds of condiments is a very Korean thing, yes. I mean, I will agree to that because some of the houses when we were still working is like, we were definitely in a house where an Asian lady lived. She had like all these little jars of like little fermenting stuff all over her house. I was so intrigued. I was like, what's this? Oh my gosh, pickled plums. Oh, what's this? Kimchi. So impressed. And plus, you know, when you walk right into the house, it's like, there is like something fermenting in here. Gave that a little rinse, and now our miso. 1/4 cup. Whiskey syrup shots. You all want drunk Sammy on stream? Peter Pantless? No! Okay, so 1/4 cup of our miso. And then this is a thing I add a little bit at a time because as you can see, it's a really thick paste. Doesn't like if you add it all at once and try and mix it in.
Yeah, that stuff guys on my Patreon account.
Yeah, you only see Peter Pantsless Sammy on OnlyFans. You'll have to go there. Yeah, exactly, Torino. Torino knows. Gosh, you guys are behind. Sammy's like, oh, give me the excuse. Hi, Halquin. I'm good. I don't want any. I like my coffee. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of miso off at a time. Kind of start whisking it in. We'll see about this, if I'm being honest. Typically, they tell you to like mix it with something warm. We'll see about this. I'm just gonna do it all. I don't think my method's working at all.
YOLO.
YOLO it. It's Sunday fun day. Oh, that's why Sammy's doing shots. That's what Sundays are for.
Yeah. It's time for a shot.
I know what I'll do. So we'll make up this mix. And then before we put the chicken in the oven, we'll just kind of heat this up by itself, put the chicken back in. And then heating this up is the miso will start to break down. That's what we got to do, guys. So that's what the recipe will not let you know. And then you'll be like, well, why is it lumpy? That's why. Okay, so our ginger, it says a 2.5-inch piece. And then it's just gonna be minced or finely grated. The day of the Lord for some and the day of liver damage for others. So good. Yeah, Torino always knows. Okay, so my piece of ginger is like quite large. I'm gonna cut this in half. Okay, now we gotta peel it up. Back of a paring knife or a spoon, and that way we'll get the least amount of waste possible. And just kind of trim off any parts that are not good. Perfect.
The robin got the porch again.
Oh no. Guys, we have a messed up robin. You guys ever had messed up birds in your area? He's literally trying to get into our car and like smashing the window and like pooping on it. I don't understand. Is portion control something they teach you in culinary school? Yes. Like, what are you referring to as far as portion control? Like, feeding yourself or other people? Okay, so now to mince this, I'm just gonna start by doing really thin strips. We did this yesterday on stream too, so you might remember that. And I don't know if there's any ginger in our salad today. You have a squirrel with a bobtail. He's so cute. Our squirrel here is adorable. So does your squirrel ever make like hilarious sounds? He's like, lately he's just been sitting in the tree going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." And we're like, are you okay, dude? Like, I've never heard a squirrel like that. He sounds like he's like sobbing. It's like, why are you crying? There's a wetland preserve behind your house. Lots of woodpeckers. Oh, they're always eating your dang house. Do you have wood siding? Is that why? Okay, they're chirping, yeah, and they drive your dogs crazy. Same with ours. Yeah, we just say the word squirrel and she'll just go right to the window and start looking for it. This morning, though, we had a couple of deers in our yard. Really cute. What are we making, Andrew? We are currently working on our chicken roasted with miso, ginger, and lime. We're doing some cookbook cookery out of Otto Lange Simple today. Your siding is all cedar. Oh, that sounds so nice. Yeah, gotta love the animals. Okay, so now we can do thin slices. We really want to cut the ginger fine because it's a really strong flavor. So we don't want a big bite of ginger because it'll overwhelm the palate. The only other option I'll give you is to like grate it. So something like a microplane is good. One of these little guys. If you've never bought one or don't know where to find it, I do have it linked on my Amazon Blacksmith if you hover over the stream. I think those go for around $10. Deer jerky, yep, we did make some last season when our friend got one. It's really good, yeah, really good jerky. The deer just has so much flavor. Oh, you thought I was dicing potatoes? Nope, this is a ginger root. Okay, now just take a little bunch of it and then come back and do nice little dices. Better with ginger, what? Thanks for the follow. Were your ears ringing or something? And Andrew McAllister, welcome in, guys. You can't dice garlic, it's so sticky. I know. Yeah, garlic is the worst one to dice. That's why, honestly, I just cheat and use the garlic press. Okay, that looks so good. So now we can put that into our bowl with the rest of the marinade or sauce, whatever you want to call it. Yes, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, garlic. 3 garlic cloves. And I would estimate that those are like medium size. So if you have smaller ones, I would go a little bit more, like what I'm doing. And then one easier way to peel garlic is to smash it. So put your knife on it, give it a little smash, and it'll open it up. Just like that. Boom, SPZ, there you go. Yeah, I am all about the garlic smash. I should try out for Master Chef. I did apply for Top Chef Canada last year. Sadly, I did not get in. One of my friends, though, that I used to cook with, he got into like the tryout at least, which was super cool. But yeah, I'll definitely be applying again once it opens back up. What province? I live in BC, but I also live on Vancouver Island, so I'm not on the mainland. I'm on the far west coast of Canada. Thanks, Scooter Beach. Yeah, that's the thing, is like you don't know if you don't try, even though it's something like absolutely terrifying to me. is if you don't take those opportunities, then you'll never get them. Like, you gotta seize them when they're there. And yeah, it was a super long process, like applying as well. It took me a couple hours just to apply for the show. Like, they really want your entire background. What are the requirements? I don't know. You'll have to look it up. I believe you have to be like a chef though, is you have to have experience working in a restaurant. Like that's for the top chef, whereas the master chef is for the home cooks. So you do have those two options. Garlic press, give it a rinse. Next. Okay, press that, and then we need to zest the lime and juice it. That is it. So everyone that's watching right now, do you guys also watch like a lot of Food Network or Food Channel on cable TV at home? Or do you mostly just like watch the Twitch channel? I find I kind of stopped watching Food Network when they started to just like replay all the old episodes and the chefs stopped doing new stuff. Yeah, exactly, Cookie. That's the thing. It's like they expect you to pay for the cable, but all they're doing is replaying stuff that you've already seen. What's the point of that? Yeah, we don't have cable either. That's why I want to know what you guys do. 'Cause I think things have changed a lot in the last couple of years as far as like food TV. I really actually, it's sad to say, but I think the quality of those channels has gone down compared to the chefs that they used to have, like Jacques Pepin and Julia Child. The chefs on Food Network do not compare to those. Okay, so just give that like a rough mix together. Maybe our miso's loosening up in there. Pick this really good lime for zest. So first I'm gonna roll it on the board, and that's gonna loosen up the juice inside. They're trying to be more flashy. Yeah, it's like, I really don't care how you look and what equipment you're using, as fancy as it is. I just wanna be able to cook this dish for myself. Do you think that the TV's catered to the beginner? Or it's just catered to someone that'll get like sucked in to watch them cook the half-an-hour episode and be like, oh, that looks good, but I'm never gonna make this. How's it going, Buff? Yes, that's the Food Network I remember as well, Trevor, is like Emerald, Mario Batali, Wolfgang Puck. Tap that off. And we'll save this because I'm sure we'll need it for our bean salad as well. Important food, not real question. What are good prices for buying turnips and AC? So I bought mine today. This was my first ever time buying them. They were 91 bells per. And I looked it up. I mean, they can go from anywhere from like 50 bells up to 300 and like even higher. So I did, mine were 91 bells and I bought like 150 of them just to see. High hopes, high hopes. 107, I think that's still a good price, Cookie. I think it's still a good price. You never watched Food Network, Buff. Do you think it wasn't really a thing though in the UK compared to North America? Yep, Sammy remembers that one. Walk with Yan.
Yan can cook, so can you.
You bought 370? Holy smokes. Yeah.
Man, I remember that.
I didn't have enough bells this morning yet. I haven't been putting in much work. Let's just say that. Hugh Fearnley, Whitingstall, and Jamie Oliver. Yeah, you guys had different chefs then. I mean, we did get Jamie later on, but totally different, I think, Buff. Okay, we'll save our juicer as well. We'll need that. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna taste this yet until it's in the pan and we know that the miso is all the way distributed, but it looks really good. And then check out this chicken now. So remember, all we did was salt it. Look how wet it got. So that means like the salt is drawing out moisture and basically infusing into the chicken. Okay, give me 30 seconds, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. Yeah, Jamie, he's still one of my faves for sure. He's never really changed, and that's the part I really like. Yeah, where you'd pick stuff from the garden.
Those were always so good.
Gary Rhodes and Ainsley Harriet. See, I don't even know these names, Buff. Oh man, I need to educate myself. Educate myself. Okay, so our next step here is literally just cooking the chicken. So we're gonna first sear the chicken legs, so get some color on the skin. And then we pour our sauce over that and it roasts all together. And so they do it in like a baking pan, but I think I'm gonna switch. Since we're gonna sear the chicken in a pan anyways, I think I'm just gonna cook it in said pan in the oven. To me, that makes sense because it's already gonna be warm. So we're gonna save ourselves even more time, plus one large dish to wash. There it is. Okay, but first, I'm gonna check out our bean recipe. Hey, mix and match. Ready, steady, cook? What? That sounds fun. Lovely Ellen, how are you? Do I like filming on YouTube more or do I prefer Twitch? I don't have a lot of experience with YouTube yet, so I'm gonna say I prefer Twitch just because I'm more comfortable with it. I'm just getting into YouTube here. Okay, salad recipe. There's our wonderful 2-bean, 2-lime salad that we're gonna start making here. So he says, first off, this is, what does S mean? Short on time, sweet, that's awesome. It has 10 or less ingredients, and you could also make it ahead. So making this ahead of time is fine. Just hold back on the lime juice until before you serve. That makes sense. Otherwise, the lime will start to like break down the vegetables. It will keep for up to 6 hours in the fridge. If you can't get hold of fresh or frozen kaffir lime leaves, it says don't use freeze dried. The leaves are too brittle to work with when finely chopped. He says as an alternative, use either a stick of lemongrass and finely chop it, or just stick with the lime zest. So one thing that you could do if you wanted to use dried kaffir lime, because that's what I have today. Whose cookbook? This is Otto Lange Simple. It's a really, really good cookbook. It has all sorts of stuff, brunch, dessert, everything in between. And a lot of the dishes do not take a lot of time to make. It's really beautiful food. Oh, that's fair. I mean, for the first 2 years basically of streaming, all I did with my YouTube channel was upload my past VODs. So I have this wonderful collection of everything together. I don't have to save it on my computer. And that way I can always go back if I ever want to rewatch an episode of my stream, and it's always there. It's a wonderful book, yeah. So kaffir lime leaves, we need 2 limes. We need our cilantro, mint. We have garlic. I'll grab jalapeno and our green beans. Okay, what we have to do. So first we have to deal with the kaffir lime leaves. So I'm gonna blitz mine up in my dry blender attachment, or you can put it in a spice grinder. I'm just going to blend it until it's like really, really fine powder instead of cutting it. Oh, actually, everything gets blended together. This is even easier. It's like a blended vinaigrette. So they are asking you to chop the lime leaves and then place it in the bowl of a food processor or blender with lime zest, the cilantro, mint, garlic, olive oil, chili, and salt. Blitz until it's smooth, set it aside. So the next step for that, we need to blanch our beans. So blanching, that's a really important step in most kitchens, is quickly cooking it in salted water and then shocking it in ice water to stop the cooking. This is something that's typically done with a lot of green vegetables, and it's going to make them more green. So it says it blanches for 3 minutes for the green beans and 1 minute for the edamame. It says spoon the lime paste over the beans, add the lime juice and stir to combine, and then garnish with a little bit more cilantro. Very easy one. Is there a negative with having fake nails? I do not have fake nails. But I would say yes when it comes to cooking, because I think they would like get ripped off somehow. Yeah, there's definitely some restaurants that would not even let you work there if you had like painted nails. Like my first ever restaurant that I started working at, absolutely no nail polish, because that stuff flakes into the food. Even though you don't see it, it's gonna be there. And if a customer finds that, that's way worse. So yeah, typically people that work with food don't have anything fancy on their nails. And they should be shorter than this too. Oh, that's so gross, yeah. Okay, so let's get some blanching water going for the beans. And then we'll blend up our dressing, and then we'll get our chicken going. And then we can blanch our beans while the chicken is roasting, and then we just have to quickly cook some sticky rice. So I'm gonna fill this pot halfway full with hot water. Put that on medium heat. And then, so here's one thing about blanching that's really, really important. So it's always gonna be salted water. The salt is gonna help everything stay green, but it's also gonna season it. So the shorter your blanching time, the more salt you need in the water. So because our blanching time is like only 3 minutes and 1 minute, quite a bit of salt is needed in the water. Compared to if you were doing a longer blanch time, something maybe like a carrot that will take longer to cook in the water, you can do a little bit less salt. So keep that in mind. So for our stuff today, I'm gonna put like 3 tablespoons worth of salt, minimum. Density, that's against your local food safety laws. Nail polish is not allowed. Yeah, and then I'll even say like, in culinary school, so if we came to class, this is one of our instructors, if we came to class without our nails cut short, you're kicked out of class for the day. You're going to either buy a pair of nail clippers and cut your nails, or you're missing an entire day worth of work. So that's how we were taught in culinary school. It's serious stuff. You can't even have fake nails at Starbucks. No. No. Okay, water is seasoned. And yeah, we'll just let that slowly come up on the stove top. Get my blender. So because we're blending this all together, I can blend the dried kaffir lime leaves in this attachment as well. It does work. Yeah, how can you even do that stuff? Well, the other thing is if your nails are long, your knife can get cut on it and you will literally slice the tip of your finger off. That's the other part. I always remember our instructors, it's like, the other thing they said is like, cooking is not a fashion show. That's why everyone wears the same uniform. You're there for the food, not yourself. So there we go. I'm just doing like a little handful. That's what the dried kaffir lime leaves look like. So they said 6 leaves. And then to remove the stem if it's really brittle, this doesn't look too bad. This one does. So just crumble that into there. We'll blend this on its own first to make the powder, and then we'll add everything else into there. Have I ever cooked and ate something that my stomach didn't think was very good, or does my stomach also always agree that I'm a sensational chef? No, there's definitely been some stuff, I mean, not that I have cooked, but there's been stuff that I've eaten and it's like, oh, I don't know if that's that good. Formula 50/50, hello, how are you? Bonkman, how's it going? I also wanted to ask you, Bonkman, if you've got the chance to cook out of the cookbook I sent you. This is, yeah, kaffir lemon leaf, or kaffir lime leaf. I grow both thyme and rosemary, so they're just kind of starting to come back to life. So typically I don't buy those 2 herbs. Try and grow basically every herb that I would use, because that's a really expensive ingredient to always get from the store. Okay, put a lid on this. Just start low and then turn it up. Give it a tap. Definitely blitzed it up a bit, but I think it'll break down even more once we add liquid into there. The Vitamix does a great job of making like smooth pastes. I know, I almost forgot that I sent you that book. Kaffir lime leaves. Yep. You just decided to buy the Cuisinart SS spice grinder. Didn't want your smoothies tasting like garam masala. No! And yeah, they're pretty cheap. Yeah, don't buy an expensive spice grinder because those are the ones that'll break first. That's weird. Okay, into this. So, limes. We will zest 2 more and then juice them. It's getting limey up in here. And whenever we're zesting citrus, so the white part underneath the zest, that stuff is bitter. It's called the pith, P-I-T-H. We don't want to keep zesting that because it's going to start to make the zest taste weird. So only zest the green or yellow or orange on the citrus. Remember getting some roasted nuts from Trader Joe's that had kaffir leaves in it. Oh, that sounds tasty. I bet they had a little bit of spice on them too then. What's the purpose of the leaves? So kaffir lime leaves have a very, very strong and like kind of floral, limey flavor compared to lime zest, which kind of just has that like punch in your face. So the lime leaf has a bit more depth of flavor and it's very, very fragrant. Okay, so it says you should get about 1.5 tablespoons of zest. That looks right. Have I ever dried a whole lime? No, I haven't. I don't know if that would work. Oh, your lettuce spinner came in, yay! Yeah, you've missed it dearly, I bet. Yeah, you know those nuts. And then it says juice the lime to get 2 tablespoons worth. Okay, so I'm gonna use up this 1/2. I really hope I have enough stuff in here to actually blend it properly. Very limey today. Yeah, no scurvy in this household. That looks right. Shouldn't have even cut the other one open. That's okay though. We'll use it up this week. Okay, next up, we need a bunch of cilantro. to go in the blender. Some go-go juice in it. Yeah, this is like turning into a tasty beverage. Okay. I'm loving all the like cilantro and lime though. I think this is how I know I'm getting more into like the spring dishes. It's like when all the citrus and like fresh, crunchy things start coming back into the menu. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick out any parts that are not so nice looking. Slimy bits. Cilantro is like the worst for that, I find. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm just gonna give it 2 rough chops just to break the stems down, because I find sometimes they like to wrap around the bottom blade of the blender. It doesn't really blend it at all. So just cut those down. Go-go juice is alcohol? I've never heard that before. Oh yeah, baby spinach, also another slimer. It's true, Bonkman.
Arugula?
Yeah, arugula. Whole dried limes are used in some Middle Eastern dishes. You hang them with twine and it takes a few months. That is really cool, no time off. So what, it just like really concentrates the lime flavor? Okay, I have to quickly go snip some mint from outside. Got it. There's my minties. Mint is, I would say, the easiest herb to grow. It's seriously a weed. Also, thank you for the follow, Dorothy Gregon. I heard that while I was outside. Okay, so I'm just gonna strip the mint off of the stem. And the 2 varieties I have, one is chocolate and the other one was like a peppermint. Rosemary is the true weed herb though. For some reason, mine died this winter. I don't know why that happened, but I think I have to get another plant. Because typically, yeah, they grow like weeds. But I also think it's not really happy in a pot. I might have to plant it into the ground here. Yeah, made the mistake of not keeping mint in a confined area. Grew under the fence into your lawn.
Oh, man.
I bet it probably smelled so good though when you cut the grass. Rosemary grows better than children. Accurate. Okay, so you can put dried lime in soups or stews. It has a really earthy lime flavor rather than bright. That makes total sense. I just learned something today. Oh my gosh, a raid? What? Timos, thanks for the heads up. Okay, we need some garlic. Just 1 clove. Because this is not gonna get cooked, right? So raw garlic is a lot stronger. Just smash that and peel it. Throw it in there. Okay, next up. 1/4 cup of olive oil. Oh, and we blend the jalapeno in. Okay. You tried to pull it up, but it failed, Scooter Beach. Ah! Oh, that's not. Something's weird there. Welcome in, guys! How was the stream today, Food Experiment? Thanks for coming in. Taz, what's going on, dude? Ghost, thanks for the follow. Okay, friends, so good timing. We're just working on a salad dressing. It's been a long day. Yeah, if you just got on Twitch, I believe that. Aw, bagel experiments. I love making bagels. Seriously, one of my favorite things to make. Did it all go good then? So here's our salad. We're doing cookbook cookery today. So here's this wonderful cookbook that we're cooking out of, both the chicken recipe and our salad. So this is what it's gonna end up looking like a little bit later. So green beans and edamame beans. And then we're just making up this dressing. So lime, garlic, cilantro, mint in here, a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm just gonna grab a jalapeno. Then we just gotta add some salt, and then we're gonna blend this up. You tried different boiling liquids to test how the pH affects the browning during baking. Oh, so what did you discover then? Okay, so I'm just going to cut the top off the jalapeno, like cut it into 3 chunks. Put that in there, rinse off our knife right away because it's spicy now. The higher pH makes more browning than having it more acidic. Nice. You made pizza today, Timos. With a face for a school project? That's awesome. What kind of pizza though? Okay. Salt. Then we're going to the blender. Oh yeah, that's blending real nice. Real nice. Yep, we have Discord. Feel free to pop in there. One of my mods is just gonna post the link for you. Thanks, guys. You also made pizza bagels boiled in tomato juice? This is madness, I love it. Barely enough liquid in here to even blend this. The only downside of having like a big blender, kind of sucks sometimes when you just want to make a little bit of sauce. Because I don't have a little food processor, or I just get a cheap little food processor. Okay. So just scrape that down. Go low and slow again. Thanks, Galaxy. Yeah, obnoxious stove hood. I bet you're tapping your head on it. There's been definite times where I'm like cleaning in here and I like graze my head on the corner of it. It's like, oh, that was close. I don't know if sauce is gonna turn out how we want here, friends. We'll try one more time. I do, but it's small as well. Like, it's too small for this. That's the other thing, is it's gonna be too much for here, and because it's not stone, is I'm not gonna get the same result. RIP. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, I'm not fooling around with that anymore. We're just gonna switch it. Sometimes you gotta do that. There's only like so many times I'm gonna attempt something before I realize like I'm wasting my own time. So then we have to try something else. So you really do need some creativity when you're in the kitchen. Because yeah, sometimes not everything works the same way a recipe explains it, right? Not everyone has the same tools, etc. Yeah, I think I just need to buy a little ninja bullet to make a couple of dressings and stuff like that. Because it is really frustrating, right? Like, this is super frustrating for me. Like, you just want to make something that should be really quick. It's just like pushing it around, basically, is where we're at in the big one. So let's try the smaller one. Okay, Timos, I'll check those Discord photos when I get a chance here. Thanks for posting it, though. Yay! Yeah. It's looking really nice. I'm really liking the color that it's turning out to be. Beautiful green. So I'm gonna give that a try. Just see if it needs any extra salt or maybe some sweetness to balance out the lime. Whew! I think so. It's so limey, but it's really good. I think a drop of honey in here would be perfect. Another raid! Okay, I'm gonna disable that right now because something's wrong with my raid on the alert box. Welcome in though, guys. Christopher collects. Hi, Lynn. How was the stream today? What did Christopher collect? That's what we want to know. We just finished making this really beautiful lime dressing for our salad. That's not a command. No, I stopped making the hype command because I got tired of gifting a sub to Stream Elements every month for it. Oh, good. You just did mostly chat today. Nice. Oh, yeah. This on some shrimp or garlic skewers. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There's my raid thing. I don't know why it's double, like doing the double photo, because I'd have a different photo there. It's really weird. Anyways, let's carry on here, friends. I just don't like when things don't work for you. Okay, so just a touch of honey, I think. And once again, this is something that's not in the recipe. So this just comes from tasting your stuff and knowing whether it's balanced or not. I'm just gonna do like a teaspoon is all I think it needs. One more blend on that, and then it's chicken time. Yeah, this is gonna be a very refreshing salad. Little mix. Perfect. And now we can just set that aside for later. That dressing seriously would be so good with shrimp on it. Okay, we're finally done with our lime and garlic as well. So we can put those away. We are going to reserve our cilantro though, because we need to chop a little bit for garnish still. Gotta clear the area. Okay. Okay, so next up, I want to rinse our rice. So we're doing a sticky rice. So that's a short grain rice, is basically every sticky rice because it's more starchy. You put the lime with the coconut. Oh, don't even start singing that, man. Make me want to go to a beach or something. Okay, so I'm gonna cook, I think only like a cup worth of this rice to make sticky. Well, okay, so let's just not call it sticky rice then. Maybe I have something weird in my head, or maybe I just called it the wrong thing. So sesame short grain rice then. Oh no, RIP. Thank you. That's a short grain sushi rice. I have been on this little short grain rice kick though. Switching it up from jasmine. And I think it's gonna be really good for like soaking up the miso sauce from the chicken. Okay, so I have my 1 cup of rice here, and then I just have a strainer. So when we're making a short grain rice like this, is because there's so much starch, we have to rinse that off. So cold water until the water starts to run clear, and you know you're good to go. You just ordered 50 pounds of medium grain sushi rice. Holy smokes. Yeah, it's a staple there. That sounds like it. Okay, so start rinsing. I just kind of stir the rice around with my hands in the strainer as the water goes over it. Okay, awesome. And now, so I want to infuse it with sesame flavor, which is gonna be like sesame oil. But you don't typically cook with sesame oil because it's a really delicate flavor. So sesame oil does not have a high smoke point. So if you cook it at too high of a heat, it's gonna taste really bitter and it's gonna just ruin your dish. So the sesame part of the rice gets added at the end. We're gonna season it up and mix it in then. Ooh, that sounds good, Bonkman. Mix a medium grain calrose with a short grain sweet sushi rice. Yeah, you hate running out every month to get the little 5-pound bags. Nike, 1K away. You'll get there today then, dude. Okay, get our pot out. I think I'm just gonna use this little guy. That's a trick your ex-mother-in-law taught you. Yeah, who would have thought to mix different rices for a different texture? Okay, I am gonna switch to stove view now because we're starting to cook. So there's our water for blanching our vegetables. It's still warm back here. And then actually, I'm not gonna turn that on quite yet. So the directions, it's always a good idea to look at the directions on the back of the rice bag because the different rices need different amounts of liquids. So they say for 2 cups of rice, add 2 3/4 cups of water. So for every 2 cups of rice, you need 2 3/4 cups of water. Interesting. So that is not very much, right? Sounds good, dude. Thank you so much for the raid once again. I hope you enjoy those pizza bagels. That sounds delicious. So for our 1 cup of rice, then we just have to do like 1.5 cups. That's what I would do. 1.5 cups of liquid. So get our rice into the pot. The rice has been rinsed of the starch. One. 0.5. Do a little more. And then we're just gonna cover that. So I'm gonna put that onto a medium heat on the back burner there, and we'll just watch it. So that's probably gonna take close to around like 20-ish minutes to half an hour to cook. When you make rice in a pot, you use the little knuckle trick a Vietnamese friend taught you. If you put the top of your middle finger on the rice, the water should come to your first knuckle. So I need more than a touch more. I didn't think that sounded right either. I was like, that doesn't seem like it's gonna be enough. Thanks, Trevor. Okay, let's turn on our chicken pan here. We're gonna start searing up our chicken, as well as at the same time we need to turn on our oven because the chicken's gonna get roasted in there to finish. So the oven should be at 425 Fahrenheit, the recipe says. And then in our pan for the chicken, just a little drizzle of grapeseed oil or canola oil. Just enough to cover the bottom. And then if we look at our chicken here, so the salt has drawn out some moisture, and we don't want the chicken to be wet when we go to sear it because then it's gonna splatter all over. So I'm just gonna dry those off before we start cooking them. Yeah, if I get divorced, the rice cooker's coming with me. You guys. So medium-high heat on that pan. While we are waiting on a little bit of time, I'll get our edamame ready to blanch. Yeah, Bonkman, I got almost everything. Except for the KitchenAid stand mixer. No! Ah, these aren't even peeled. Okay, definitely get those into the water. Let's turn this pot up. So there's our little bag of edamame. I always buy it frozen. I don't think it exists here any other way. So we have to blanch the pods for 1 minute. That's all it takes. So in the nice hot salted water, and then we're gonna pour it into icy water to cool it off. And then we have to peel the beans out of the pods. I'm just gonna get a bowl. Our chicken pan is almost ready here. Okay, nice cold water. Your KitchenAid broke in 9 months? Okay, so here, sorry to laugh, but yeah, I returned mine after a day. Here's what I use.
It was
I'm sorry about the price, but it's seriously the greatest thing. That's what I got talked into buying from a restaurant supply person. So I gave us a good deal, and seriously, best mixer I ever used, other than like a big Hobart or something like that. Okay, so you guys see how our oil's like kind of wavy and dancing there? Is what we like to call it. So that means it's nice and hot for our chicken. So we're gonna start by putting it skin side down. Should start sizzling right away. And now I have the pan down to a medium low heat. So we're gonna like slowly caramelize this. Am I gonna fit this other leg in? What am I gonna do here? There we go. That, this is a big one. Perfect. You want an incarcerum, but your wife will pass out? I know. But I mean, if you use it a lot, I feel like it's eventually going to pay for itself over like X amount of years. I just grabbed our little green beaners out of the fridge. They looked so good this week. So the only thing I'm gonna do to prep them, if we look at this little guy, cover my face. So I don't ever cut off this end, the little spiky thing, because it cooks down. But I do cut off like the part where it comes off the plant. So that's pretty woody. So we're just gonna cut off the one end, and then those can go in the blanching water. And obviously just trim off anything that doesn't look amazing, anything that's kind of brown or mushy. It's not cooking, it's witchcraft. Yeah, no way. If you cook stuff, it fits in the pan perfectly. Oh no. That never happens. Okay, so the quickest way to prep our beans, this is what I do, is I just line them all up with the stem end here. I'll line them all up, cut like a bunch at one time. So just make your like little bean piles, and that's how we're gonna save ourselves a lot of time. And then anything that's like kind of rusty brown, trim that off after. You wish yours would break, Scooter. You paid like $300 for your KitchenAid? You do the same thing, Bonkman? Oh man, great minds think alike. Hey, anytime we can save ourselves a little bit of time in the kitchen, that's always good. That's why we gotta share these things with each other. Take a peek at this chicken. So I'm gonna keep doing that while our stuff is cooking back here. So our edamame can get blanched, and then our other green beans will go into there after. Just take a peek. Oh, so it wants to kind of stick, so I know that it's not ready to flip. I'm gonna drop these guys in. So 1 minute cooking time. Gonna grab my ice out of the freezer and put it into our cold water. I just have the water bowl in the sink here. Thought that'd be an easy place to have it. In the South, you snap those in half, then snap off the ends. At least 2 people do it together. What? Like 10 pounds at a time? The edamame? Or like the fava beans? Okay, so we want to reserve our blanching water, right? So we don't want to pour all the hot water down the drain. So we need to take the beans out. Yeah, necessary to have 2 people doing it. Oh, you call them snap peas? What? Okay, I'm gonna start taking these guys out. Into the cold water right away. Spider's dirty. So yeah, this is where we're at today. You will get in the basket. Tell those peas what's up. Crazy, guys. Okay, so those can just cool off in there. One more little peek here. It's almost time to flip. Almost. Give that a little smooth around with the oil. Portal 2525, thank you for the follow. Still lining up my beans. Did you have the bed sheet in the living room with bushels of peas to shell during the summer? No, thank goodness. Yeah, we did them on the front porch. So I remember shelling peas at my grandma's place in the summertime too, on the weekends. But they're actual peas, not beans. The bed sheet in the living room, I love that. That chicken right now. I have a good splatter screen. I just don't like using it on stream because then you can't see this stuff frying. But I did get like I think it's a big one from Costco or something. It's a couple years old though, so I don't think I can find it anymore. And also switch this since my stovetop is like unbalanced. So if you can easily lift the chicken up, you know it's seared enough. If it's still sticking, do not try and lift it off the bottom of the pan because then you're just gonna tear it and make a mess. So the meat really does tell you when it's ready to flip. It's the same way as you grill though. Is if you put a steak on the grill and it's stuck, it's not time to flip it. Almost done these beaners here. And then we can blanch those. And then we're just rolling right along. Our rice has come up. She's cooking away. I think it just came up, so I'm gonna turn that down to low. And our oven says it is ready for the chicken. Whenever chicken is ready. The oven is hot. Hey, chicken smelling good, Salmon? Chicken looks ready to flip. That's what I'm thinking. Because I did turn up the pan, so look at that. Oh. This one's still being a pain in the butt a little bit. Ugh. Look at that. Now that is just beautiful. That's why you slowly crisp it. That's also why we don't want to rip the skin though on the pan. Come on, baby. Yes. One more. Oh, yeah. Okay, so a couple more minutes. I know that looks dark there, but it's really not. Maybe if I switch to the view. To me, that's like flavor. So much good flavor. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the sheet pan back over here from the chicken. Only gonna sear for like a minute or so on this side. It's gonna be cooked on that side anyways. And I just wanna kind of crisp up the edge. So I like to stand it up on the side of the pan. Like that. It's just the uneven heat from my burner. The stove is like uneven, so it slants to the back, which is why all the oil stays kind of in the back part of the pan and nothing really goes in the front. That kind of sucks. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna turn the pan off now, guys. And now I guess we'll do a little deglaze of sorts with our miso sauce. So let's just be very careful pouring this in here because pan is like smoking hot, right? So it might splash. So I'm gonna get that off of the burner there. Just to be sure. And that way it's not like right in front of my face either. So we're gonna pour that in. Do it all at once really quickly. Scrape it out. And then I'm gonna give that a stir. Now I can come back over here. So we're trying to get the miso to dissolve into here before we put the chicken into the oven. And also kind of scrape off any of the brown bits from the bottom of our pan. And that's gonna create lots of flavor. So to me, this is way better than just searing the chicken and then baking it in a glass pan. This way we're keeping all of the flavor in just the one pan, and we're only using one dish to dirty. Okay, there's that. So put our chicken back in. And then I think we'll give it just like a nice little baste every couple minutes while it's cooking in the oven. And then this leg is pretty small, so that's definitely gonna cook quicker. And it does get cooked uncovered, okay? So I'm gonna put that into the oven. Our oven's at 425, so it's at a pretty high heat. And I'm just gonna check on our chicken every 5 minutes, because I think it's only gonna take about 15 minutes to finish that. So set our timer there. And then, so looking back here at our short grain rice. So liquid is almost all gone. Just gonna try it. Sushi rice is done. I'm gonna turn that off as well. Prop that with the lid open, and that is just gonna kind of steam up and fluff up for us, and then we'll season it. Now we can focus on our green beans. Chicken's in the oven. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one whose stove does that. I don't know. Maybe I should just like stick a coaster on the back, underneath the back part of the oven to like even it out.
There's nuts at the bottom that you can adjust to level it out.
Okay, we should level it out then. Tipsy, how are you? You want to be a snack so you can dislocate your jaw? Or a snake so you can dislocate your jaw to fit the food in it more? Okay, so get all our beans in there, and then these will take, around 3 minutes, I'll say. They're gonna go a nice deep dark green is what we're looking for. So let's switch out our edamames from our icy water pot or bowl so we can fit our next beans into there. Give these a stir. There's a couple that are just sitting on the top there. There we go, guys. One more mix around. I'll turn that pot up as well to bring the heat back up. Okay, so we need for our garnish, we need some sesame seed. I'm also gonna grab a little bit of this rice vinegar, I think, for our rice. Sesame oil. I always keep mine in the fridge. Starting to smell the garlic and stuff from the chicken in the oven. Really good. Okay, so if you're unsure if your beans are cooked or not, well, we can just try them. So take one out. Give it a bite. Definitely needs more time. And I'll do a little bit more salt too. At least fine green beans need a lot of salt. Okay, let those keep going. Yeah, there should be some bolts. That's what Sam said in the background here. I'm sure you guys just couldn't hear him. It is true, Rocket says. You can adjust all of the feet. Yeah, you just twist them, right? Two bean, two lime salad. It's just fun to say. Those green beans back there, almost done. I think I'm gonna give them one more stir. Oh, chicken timer. So you guys see now why I did most of the prep ahead of time, and I'm just cooking a couple things now. That is looking good. Just gonna grab a spoon for some basting action. Is my stove, it's not wobbly, just it's definitely uneven, is everything kind of goes to the back for some reason. Oh, yeah. Now that's gonna start soaking it up for sure. You can already tell the sauce is like looking reduced. Okay, beautiful friends. So I'm gonna do 3 more minutes maybe for that, and I think we're done. Is it cooked for quite a bit on the stove top already? Low and slow. Okay, so these guys, try one more, but just judging by the color is they're done. A bit longer still. We want bite, but not like full on crunch. Do you guys know what I mean when you have like a squeaky bean? That's what we're looking for. Yeah, density. I mean, you could also just grind the bottom of your pans to sit evenly on the stove top. You wish you could make fried chicken like KFC. You were born in the South, by your fried chicken skills are not good. What? Well, KFC, I mean, not many people can replicate because they have a pressure fryer. Howdy, Louise. How are you? Whole almond flour, I'm gonna say the whole almond flour has the skin in it, whereas blanched almonds do not have skin. Okay, I'm taking all of our beaners out of here into our icy water. Just have it sitting in the sink. Now we're gonna start cooling the beans back off. We don't want them to go mushy. How did all the s'mores go yesterday on stream, Louise? Okay, cool it off. And now we can finally come back here. So this is what I've been working on in the meantime. Just popping these little guys out. So literally just squeeze the end and they'll pop out. It is tasty, it is fun. You've been trying to learn to cook more Thai food for when you move to Chiang Mai? Are you moving there for a job? Thailand's amazing. There was something on the pot yesterday, Sam? Boss Mog, thank you for the follow. It's smelling so good in here. Beans, baked beans, nice. Beaners for the hot diggity dogs? Okay, ending. Just gonna move this over. Let's temp check the chicken. Oh my gosh. This just looks lovely. It really does. I really like how the sauce has just become this nice glaze. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we're looking for minimum 145 Fahrenheit, and we want to go on the biggest piece of chicken right by the bone, because if the big one's done, then the smaller ones will be done as well. Hi, Cooking Girl. Oh, you finally got the link. Yeah, I don't know why the link I was sending to you was expiring in a day. That was kind of silly. So thickest part of the chicken where it would take the longest to cook, we are at 145 Fahrenheit. So what we're gonna do is this now has to rest before we get into it. So I'm just gonna keep it on the trivet just to the side over here while we finish up our salad. So I usually rest my meat for about 10 minutes before I get into it. And that way the juices are all gonna redistribute. I think this chicken's gonna be great. I really do. And best part, oven can go off. Pressure fryers are massive. Yeah, you will not be buying one of those. So check this out, like the amount of waste from edamame beans. What do you do with the shells after? You're a software engineer, so you can work anywhere in the world. You've just been thinking there's nothing left for you in America and you want to move to Chiang Mai. The cost of living is better. Oh man, living in Thailand, you can live like a king if you're coming from North America. Switching over to their currency. Yep. Compost, yeah. Yeah, definitely compost for sure with the shells, but I wish there was another use because there's more waste than like usable food. And yeah, the food is great in Thailand. And everyone's just wonderful there. I really want to go there with Sam one day, but I think he would roast alive because he doesn't do well with hot climates. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe there's farm animals that would think this is delicious. I mean, you can give anything to a goat. That message was held for a mod. I'm totally allowing it, Bonkman. Permitted. That's a permitted term. Yeah, just be aware of the lady boys. You see people eat the shells? There's no way. Okay, draining our beans over here, and I think I'm gonna use the bowl that they're in right now because I don't have anything else that will fit. Honestly, guys, these are just crappy green beans. This is one of those times where it looks way better than it tastes. I'm just gonna dry them off a bit so we can get the dressing to stick. Yeah, maybe if you made the shell crunchy. I think you have them confused with snow peas. That's an easy one to confuse, for sure. They look pretty much the same. Okay, so just patting off our beans from the blanching water. Otherwise, if they're too wet, the dressing is not gonna stick to it. So we got those guys in there. Now we can put these guys. Super green. And now our dressing that we made earlier. Lime, cilantro, garlic, mint. Just gonna mix it and then pour it right over it. So that's all we do, is we just toss this up. I think it's smart to also give it a taste once everything is mixed together, just to see if maybe it will need a bit more salt. Aw, thank you, Niam. I don't know if you said that. I mean, the only thing we even have stainless is just the hood vent and our fridge. Vyoon, how are you? This is not a pesto. It's like a limey cilantro kind of dressing to coat this salad. We just made it in the blender. Mmm. Okay, the dressing definitely made that way better. It just needs a bit of salt still. Bit more salt, we'll toss it up. We'll quickly season our rice and then we can plate. When we know that our chicken has also rested for long enough. Can't rush it. So all the edamame are falling to the bottom. Just remember that when you serve it. Scoop right down there. Today you learned you have lots to learn. About what? Oh, DMing a D&D campaign. Things are great here, View. Yeah, sun's shining, I feel good. Mmm. Okay, that's definitely easy to snack on. I'm gonna pour the rice out of there. Yeah, I told Sam we need to go take a walk by the river after stream today, because I feel like I need some water in my life. Okay, pour our short grain rice into our bowl. You can get it mixed up with a little bit of sesame in it. Super hot. All we did was boil this, and this is just like a short grain kind of sushi rice. So I'm gonna come in with a bit of rice vinegar. Hey, Strike Nun. Local place had a tempura fried green bean with sriracha mayo dipping sauce. Did you get it? So a bit of acidity. This is gonna start to get fragrant with the sesame. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit of salt as well. I want it to be nice and white, otherwise I would add soy sauce. How could you not strike none? Yeah, I like all of those things. Okay, give that a try. I don't want to mix it up too much because then it's going to go mushy on us. That's perfect. Okay, real quick, snip in some garlic chives. Hi. Thinking here. Oh, this one? You'll have to find the page. Okay, so these are garlicky chives. Just gonna thinly slice them. And yeah, they don't have like a strong garlic flavor. Just like nice and flat. It's a little bit different. Okay, friends, let's do this. I'm gonna come with this little bowl here. So the first thing going down on the plate, I think, is just the rice. It's really simple. It's definitely not the star of the dish. I'm just gonna do a nice little kind of pile. Like that, and then I wanted to just sprinkle some sesame seeds. I wish I had some black ones, but I don't. So I'm just gonna go with the white ones. Okay, now come in with our 2-bean, 2-lime salad. You haven't been on in weeks, Cooking Girl? You've been busy, hey? Well, that's good though. Sometimes it's nice to take a step back. Okay, I'm just gonna plate this with my hands so they don't fall everywhere. Just gonna kind of line it up over here. Get some of our edamame in the bottom. I think the sauce is gonna be really great with the chicken too. So get some of the sauce in there. Check it out, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go for the one right in the middle here. It looks so perfect. So be really delicate with it. We don't want to disturb the skin. Yeah, oh hell yes. Like look at this sauce. Just a sheen on it. Thanks, Cooking Girl. Yeah, when I plate, I don't really do anything fancy. I let the food speak for itself. Just got back from some bacon, some more sourdough.
Do you want me to leave it open?
No, you can close it, please. So just nestle our chicken in there on top of the rice. Scoop up that little bit of sauce. Get these tongs out. Come in with my spoon because I think we need to scoop up a little bit of this onto the chicken. I mean, look at that. I think this was a really smart way to cook it rather than in the Pyrex. Sourdough pitas, nice cookie. Have you been loving that or what? Okay, so just let it kind of glaze, right? If your sauce is proper consistency, it should kind of just coat the piece of chicken. Do a little bit more on the back side here. And then our little garlicky chives. You also have the option of doing some cilantro. Maybe I'll do one little sprig just to say it's there for garnish, or slice up some chili if you want, because there's chili in this dish. Couple nice little cilantro leaves can't be too bad though around the plate, because both the dressing and the chicken have cilantro in the dish. Perfect. Is there butter in this sauce? No. Nope. It is dairy free. That looks, okay, this is like one of my favorite dishes I've made in a while. Just the way that it's looking there. Photo time, and then we get to eat. How awesome was that? Salmon patties and rice, that sounds so good. It has a sheen like butter, and I think that is due to the chicken fat. The schmaltz. Did we get it? Do one more. One more, guys. Sorry. I'm not liking how it's looking on the camera. There you go. Okay, so this is how I would present it. So that's how I'm gonna put it towards you guys. Fork, knife. Thanks, Helquin. Also, look, it didn't take us like over 5 hours today. We did great, friends. She's not lying when she says it's simple. I don't even know where to start. Obviously with the chicken, because we've kind of tasted everything else, right? So let's just get into here. I'm gonna kind of separate the thigh from the drumstick. Yeah. Yum. Super juicy. If you look at that. Nice clear juices are running through. And yeah, I'm just hoping that the chicken like really absorbed all the flavors as we cooked it with the sauce in the oven. Get this little piece here with some of the skin. Thank you, No Time Off. Thank you for those biddies. That's seriously good. The sauce concentrated as well. It's a bit salty, like it's almost at that point, but I think it perfectly seasoned the chicken. So if you eat it with everything else, it's great. Thank you, Cookie, as well for the 1,000 biddies. Thanks, friends. Glad you enjoyed this one. The emotes that Vune would use to express his admiration and desire for this dish are forbidden on Twitch. Better not then. Sammy, thanks for the 1,000 biddies too. Oh, is that a hype train? Level 2 just right off the bat, hey? Okay, let's try this rice. Okay, so I'm getting the ginger right away from the chicken. The garlic's kind of on the back burner for this. It's not the star of the dish, but it really complements the flavor of the ginger for sure. And then obviously the miso added a lot of salt and like deep, rich flavor to it. So we call it umami. Thank you, Louise. Yes, thanks, guys. And then to kind of cleanse our palate from those roasty toasty flavors, we come over here to our 2-bean, 2-lime salad. Have a little bite of that. Super limey and fresh. A little bit of crunch on the beans, they're not mushy. And then the rice is just a great vessel for soaking up everything. That's a bone. Just a really well-balanced dish. You know, rice?
Oh.
It's like, Sammy, where's your rice? Yeah, the edamame is there to make you feel better about eating all the chicken skin. The skin is the best part of the chicken, for sure. And we also rendered it out. So it's not as bad for you, right? We need the rice with the sauce. Yeah, if you're gonna make the chicken and the beans, I would serve it with rice, so something to soak it up. I don't think it would really pair well with potatoes.
Damn.
Noodles are an option though, but I think the rice is like the winner with this one. Two bean, 2 lime. It's so refreshing though.
That was the sauce.
Oh, that was the sauce. Hey, Annie. Nike's like, please, Kate, don't leave yet. We're 400 points away. Well, let Sammy let us know what he thinks. Oh yeah, you will get it on the raid. Oh. Maybe that one's not good? Yeah, struggling in the quarantine. You're making roasted chicken thighs? Okay. I was like, that looked dark, but it was just not a little bit bloody. Okay. We're good. Yeah, 500 or 400 from his meal request for his channel points. I know, I'm patiently waiting. And while we're waiting here, gonna start looking for someone for us to go raid.
I really like the salad.
He really likes the salad. There's a lot of lime flavor, but it's not too sour. You try the chicken yet?
No.
Okay. Annie's got chicken thighs with bone in. Yeah, no pun intended, from Whole Foods. That's the best way to do it. Bone in chicken thigh. Thank you, Black TriStar, for the 101 biddies. We're still working on this train. Choo choo! Look at our conductors. We're waiting on you to try the chicken. Sounds like, can I just eat my food, guys? Thanks, TriStar. Yeah, and Sammy shaved. Tapping
Live on
foot,
stream.
tapping the fingers here.
That's really good chicken.
Is really good chicken.
I would do that again for sure.
That's a do again, and I would try it with salmon.
Yes.
Yeah. Hype chimp, sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks for the emote, guys. A success? Sammy says success. Okay, we have some people starting soon on food and drink. Oh yeah, didn't we say we're doing small streamer Sundays? So we gotta go find someone that needs all of our extra love. Whether it's in food and drink or somewhere else. A farmer's market stream?
255 though. Going down.
Sammy says, keep going down. Louise! 100 biddies for Sammy!
I needed.
Thank you, man. Yeah. That's for the beardless one. Okay, I'm just gonna go search. Searching. I am not seeing anyone.
Caitlin's covering chat, so I can't see it right now.
Sammy, are you free after your lunch? I think we're just gonna go for a quick walk.
Just the walkie.
Just the walkie walk, and then you guys can play, if that's what you're asking. Okay, I'm gonna do sushi day. They're just getting ready to start their stream, guys, so I think they have a couple more minutes on their starting soon screen. And today they are making Japanese curry and croquettes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see if they do the Japanese curry cut. Oh, yeah, can Sammy come out to play? They just started? Okay, perfect. Not that they're a small food and drink streamer, considering they've been going longer than me, so that says something. Okay, guys, wrapping it up. Sammy's finishing his chicken bones. I'm gonna go eat that so I can go for a nice walk in the sunshine now and enjoy the rest of my day. Yeah, chicken down. Another clean plate club. Thanks for everything today, friends. We had a great weekend of food. Yeah, another beautiful cooking day. Sammy has nommed it. We will be back next Friday, is the dealio. And then don't forget that next Saturday is our front page stream from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. So that's my time. Yes, yes, yes. And then on, yeah. And then Friday, exactly, is Annie's beef or pork bulgogi for Channel Point Redemption. So that's what we have coming up. Yeah, destroyed in seconds. Sammy edition. It was so good, it needed a shot.
Yeah.
What?
You need one now?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'm clicking this button. Yeah, a digestif of sorts. Let's go see Sun and Allison, another wonderful couple on Twitch Food and Drink. Okay, bye friends. Have a great week. Stay safe and healthy, and we will be around on Discord, Instagram, etc. if you need us. Bye.